KILR Killer Game.
I've got most of the buttons on this thing. This is an old controller. This is a Cytec controller, and I have not been able to find any controllers that's got 6 buttons right here. It's usually just 4, but I've got like all of these mapped, and then I've got this button mapped, that button mapped. I got 4 trigger buttons over here, and then plus I've got the hat switch. So, I mean, I've got a lot of buttons here at my fingertips, and for the most part, you know, it has everything that I need. I'm going to be in the process of reorganizing this this little room that I've got here. Try to organize things a little bit more. I actually do have a corner desk. Right now things are just sitting on tables. Because it turned out that when you want to have like monitors set up around you, when you have a specific desk, it seems to be really hard to do that because there's like either not enough room to put the monitors, or you can't put your tower case up there or something. And so I just got, you know, those white fold-out tables and put everything around, and it gave me so much room to be able to lay things out the way I want to. But as a result, with me sitting in a corner like this, if I actually had a flight control, it wouldn't. I'd have to like sit it off here like this and like look to the screen and do it would be kind of messed up. But if I get the corner desk here, then I'll have something to where I can actually put a flight control, and everything will be situated well, and then I can have the tables off to the side.
Wow, you have tables. I'm impressed. I still just have moving boxes.
Yeah, there's a lot of organization that I want to do here. I still got my i7 back there that I want to fix. But I still have a lot of old computer parts. I'd like to see if I can rebuild one of my old Windows 98 machines. It was back when I was using an AMD K6. Remember those? The AMD K6-2, I think, is what I had. Can't remember what kind of graphics I had, but I'd like to get an actual Windows 98 machine built, so that way I can actually play some of the older games where it'll run better than trying to run it off of an emulator or VMware or something. Specifically Flight Simulator 2000, because I really want to try to jazz that one up, because it has the capability of looking really good when you've got the Voodoo graphics and stuff going with it. And then I can find something to be able to output the video feed from that and input it into the computer to be able to record it. No, Flight Simulator 2000, it can run on modern hardware, but it will not see your graphics card as a 3D accelerated card. So what it winds up doing is it uses software emulation, and you wind up with graphics that have this color banding, and it looks bad. It looks worse than Flight Simulator 98. Flight Simulator 98 looks good whether you're using 3D accelerated graphics or not. But Flight Simulator 2000, it was made with the 3D graphics in mind. So if you don't play with the and you'll see this if you look at my Flight Simulator 2000 videos on my channel, with the world tour, when it started getting to nighttime, the runway, like the center line, was blue. At nighttime, the runways and everything just didn't look right. If you have 3D accelerated graphics, in other words, a Voodoo 3DFX card, it renders it out the way it should. But for some reason, with the software emulation, it just looks awful. If you look at the sunset, you can really see how bad the software emulation in terms of the graphics is concerned. It's kind of disappointing. I was really discouraged when I was playing it, but I just kind of pushed my way through, and then eventually when I started to get PC emulators set up and getting Flight Simulator 2000 working on that with the Voodoo. You can have like Voodoo, the Voodoo 2 emulation with it. Then I got to see it with the actual 3DFX acceleration, and it makes a huge difference in terms of how it looks.
There's an interesting little island coming up, I think. I think it's on the radar. Can't tell if it's the one little dark spot or not. But it's Saba Island, where they've got that little teeny runway that they always show in the flights in 2020 videos.
Oh, really? alter the flight plan a little bit. I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Let's see, TCNS. I don't know if it's going to let us go there or not. PJM, that's where we're going right now. I wanted to get it up there. I think I may have to do this. There we go. Making a slight change to the plan. Well, it looks like there's going to be a couple of islands we're going to be flying over. Here's a small one here. And then there's the other one, so... Alright, we want to go back to PJM. There we go. Back on course. Set 128.65 on COM 1. Oh, he didn't even say set. He's not even talking to me now. San Juan Oceanic Center, Skyfox 1971 with you at flight level 220.
Skyfox 1971, San Juan Oceanic Center, roger.
Jeez, barely hear that. Looking up flightsim.com for that airport. Here's X-Plane 10 and 11. I can't actually zoom into that if I... Yeah, here we go. So, that doesn't look too bad there. Let me move this around here.
That's pretty nice.
Yep, this requires open scenery. I think I have all of these. This is one of those things, yeah, like we were mentioning earlier, where, you know, you get an airport that looks great, but then you got to get all these little libraries and stuff. Thankfully, I do believe I have all of these. This would be a neat little thing to try out. Saba photo scenery for FSX. There's FS9. The most dangerous airports. I have an add-on called Dangerous Airports, but I think it's dangerous in a different reason. FS98, Saba, 737. Here's Flight Simulator 2000. That's about all there is for Saba right there. The original runway of the Saba Airport in Caribbean is under the mountain textures. Landing on that airport is not possible. With this file, the runway is correct at 105 feet above sea level. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Flight Simulator 98. I was hoping they had one. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to get me that one.
405 meter challenge.
Okay, so our destination airport is actually coming up. It's the last island. How far away is it?
It's
100
pretty
miles.
fair.
We should be getting some descent instructions here pretty soon.
I think it's the longest island-less portion, but you'll start seeing a whole bunch of little ones showing up when we get to the airport.
Maybe I ought to try out the 747 jumbo jet for Flight Simulator 98 with that Saba island. That should be interesting.
Well, you know, there is a bit of a drop after you go off the one end. Maybe like an aircraft carrier, you could get enough speed before you hit the ocean to pull up.
I like the features on the back here. Realistic landscapes and buildings, working gauges, photorealistic 747 instrument clusters, separate controls for all 4 engines, 6 new airports.
1971.
Ability to taxi to the gate at Frankfurt Main Airport.
3004.
I got ATC. You may have not heard it, but there it is right there. To see, it tells me what I need to say. And thank goodness that it comes up, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to hear that. Descend and maintain 1000 Skyfox 1971. All right. Descent checklist to the line, please. Descent checklist to the line. It's not even working now.
I think you offended him earlier.
I think they quit on me. Descent checklist to the line, please. Oh my goodness, it's not working. Descent checklist to the line. Alright. That's fine. We don't need them anyway. Who needs the co-pilot? Bring this down to 11,000. Yeah, you may find the landing on this one interesting, Shadow. Trying to land a Dash-8 is a different type of thing because it really wants to glide in the air, and if you don't land it just right, it bounces off the runway and just starts floating up. It's not like other aircraft where you hit and maybe float a little bit over the ground. This is like it touches down and then it's like a rubber ball almost of how it reacts. And so I've had to kind of come up with my own little strategy to try to be able to fly it in a way that works for me. there's no speed brakes or anything like that. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, I'm hitting the key on the keyboard that would be for the speed brake, and there isn't one. So when you're going down on descent, there is no real way to control that speed other than to like throttle down like almost all the way, and then maybe throttling up before you stall. That's how I've had the flight in that kind of manner in order to really get it to where it's just enough to keep it on the air, but then once I'm over the runway, it's enough to keep me down on the ground when I hit it. So what ATC am I doing on the reback? That is VOXATC. I've had that one for a long while. Whoops. Oh, I didn't want that. Let me try that FS to crew again. Descent checklist to the line.
Skyfox 1971. Descend and maintain 6,000.
I could barely hear what she said. Descend and maintain 6,000, Skyfox 1971. So I'm like trying to get down to 6,000 feet, but I'm having a hard time trying to keep it slowed down. Reduce speed 250, Skyfox 1971. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just get down to the height that we need, and then I'll slow it down. Test, test. I think FS to crew bugged out. I'm trying to do an audio test with it and it's not doing anything. Has any...
Maybe you had to actually be descending before you could do that checklist.
Skyfox 1971. Climb and maintain 6,000.
Oh, crap. Well, now we'll be able to slow down. It didn't stop at 6,000. It was stuck on pitch instead. It takes a little bit to get used to how the autopilot works on here. But I figured it out quicker than I figured out that Airbus, that's for sure. Climb and maintain 6,000, Skyfox 1971.
Skyfox 1971. Contact St. Thomas Tower 118.1.
118.1, Skyfox 1971. Now let's see if it... Let's see if the co-pilot actually switches to comm or not. Set 118.1 on COM 1. It did work, but I didn't hear him talk. So somehow the audio got muted or something on FS to crew. I'm not sure what happened. St. Thomas Tower, Skyfox 1971 with you at 5,900.
Skyfox 1971, fly heading 280, descent and maintain 5,000. Expect vectors to IL, best runway 10 approach, altimeter 3001.
Fly heading 280, descend and maintain 5,000, Skyfox 1971. Okay. So we need heading 280.
Skyfox 1971, immediately, descent and maintain 5,000.
Yeah, I know, I'm working on that. Descend and maintain 5,000, Skyfox 1971. Now you notice I got myself slowed down, but I got to be very careful, otherwise I'm going to wind up hitting a stall speed or something. I've got these down as it is. Here, let me put down some flaps. Get the lights on too. Of course it's got to be cloudy.
It's not as cloudy as that landing in Philadelphia the other day.
Yeah. Well, isn't it kind of ironic on the 2 flight requests that I've had so far? Both of them seem to have clouds in the air. Well, at least this one's not as much, but yeah. I just thought that was kind of, the irony was kind of funny.
I can see water. There's hope.
There is hope. All right, let's look up the maps here. ILS runway 10. Okay, good deal. So we're going to be passing and coming around the other way. I think we figured out that the nav sound too, turning it off, just hitting the I think it's the ID button that was allowing us to acknowledge and turn it off, because when I did that, it is it because I had the PA on this whole time? That could be why the co-pilot wasn't talking to me. I don't know. Right, 41. It's supposed to be 110.1. Okay, good.
Do the radios. There's one thing to have you check. Remember on the right panel, you turn down that little knob on the top right corner? I was just wondering if you turned that back up. I wonder if by any chance that was controlling your co-pilot. That's the only thing you changed as far as volume.
Oh, this one here? That one there?
Yeah, that little guy. Turn that back up about halfway.
Oh, look at that. See, it's turning on the... Do you see? That is a volume thing. Do you notice? See how that's going up there? Look at that.
Yeah. Ask your co-pilot something now.
Hello, co-pilot. Are you there? Descent checklist to the line.
Altimeters.
Now it works. I guess that was something, wasn't it? 2992, set cross-check.
2992. Set and cross-checked. Fuel balanced.
Yep. I'm turning it all the way up and it's now working.
Check. Pressurization. Set. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Cabin PA complete. Fasten seatbelt switch. On. Approach and landing brief.
Complete.
Are you sure? Descent checklist completed to the line.
Are you sure? You're the one who did everything. Below the line.
GPWS landing flap. Selected 10 degrees. Fuel transfer. Off. Hydraulic pressure quantity. Check. Caution warning lights. Check. Approach flare lights. On. Ref speed switch bugs.
Offset.
Offset. Flight attendants notification complete. Descent checklist complete.
1871. Immediately. Climb and maintain 5,000.
Climb and maintain 5,000. Sky Fox 1971.
Poor guy's been over there telling you his life story.
Yeah. I had plugs in my ears. he was jabbering away this whole time.
Skyfox 1971. Immediately. Climb and maintain 5,000.
Climb and maintain 5,000. Sky Fox 1971. Uh-oh. There we go. Losing a little bit of power. That 100. Okay, ILS is set, so we're good there. Now, if that actually works, I might be able to do this.
We're pretty close, Shadow. I think we're 20, 30 miles out.
Hello.
Some lunch, please.
Okay, I'll be up in a moment.
Because that's what you do when you're about to land. We're about to land, man. I'm hungry. I tried to do that earlier and we couldn't hear anything. I thought it was broke.
Hello, gentlemen. I hope these snacks will tide you over.
Thanks, sweetie.
Anytime.
Of course, now you never get it. Hardly ever getting any food now.
You're lucky if you get a bag of peanuts that has something more than 2 or 3 peanuts in it. Here is the approach chart. So here we are, moving map. Great thing with Navigraph, I got to remember, I got to pay for a yearly subscription because it's cheaper and I don't have to worry about it after that. Yeah, so ATC is going to guide us around here, probably going to bring us probably around here. I don't think this has a glide slope. Take a look at this. It's tuned in, but this is X'd out. This is where the glide slope is at.
1871, turn right heading 330, descent and maintain 3000.
Turn right heading 330, descend and maintain 3000. Skyfox 1971.
Skyfox 1971, immediately descent and maintain 3000.
That's what we're doing. Descend and maintain 3000, Skyfox 1971.
Skyfox 1971, descent and maintain 3000.
That's what I just said. Descend and maintain 3000, Skyfox 1971. I'm going to bring some more flaps down.
Skyfox 1971, turn right heading 065, descent and maintain 3000.
Turn right heading 065, descend and maintain 3000, Skyfox 1971. 065. Flaps 15 before landing checklist, please.
Check the speed.
You check the speed. Alright, well, it's definitely going down now. to the point where we're about ready to stall. This is where it starts to get tricky. Flaps 15 before landing checklist, please. Flaps 15 before landing checklist, please.
Flaps 15, landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Down 3 green. Condition levers.
Max.
Max. Auxiliary standby PTU pumps. On. Bleeds on and min. Flight attendants notification. Complete. Flaps.
Indicating 35, plan 35.
Indicating 35, planned 35. Before landing checklist complete.
Skyfox 1971. Maintain 3000 until established on localizer. Cleared for IL. Best runway 10 approach.
Maintain 3000 until established on localizer. Cleared for ILS, runway 10 approach, Skyfox 1971. Crap. And it turns off your autopilot when that happens too. Okay,
That little foreground island, you are 6 miles out.
and 16 miles to the airport. This is where I have to be very careful. Oh, the glide slope is working. Okay, good. We just had to get around to it. Trying to find out. I have to readjust this stuff. Alright, I've got the approach on. I think all I had to do is click this and I think it'll lock into the glide slope, but
Getting pretty slow.
yeah, I know. This is where I have to constantly bring the throttle up a little bit, then bring it down. And I can't do that on my controller. I can bring it up, but the moment I start bringing the throttle down on my controller, it turns the autopilot off. We're coming in. See, I found by bringing this panel up and then just putting it off to another screen has really helped in regards to keeping this thing under controls, as far as, you know, being able to maintain my speed. I try to keep the speed very, you know, close to stall speed, just right above it. Because of my experience, if it's too high, it just will not want to land. It'll want to float. And now we're descending, so now it's you can probably, it's probably hard to see, but now that we're descending, now it wants to pick up speed. Actually, I think I want to bring it down a little further than 46. Yep, there it is. Okay, good. Well, it's locked into the glide slope.
Check.
We'll just put that on mute. But you can see there's our stall speed coming up there. So I try to keep it somewhere around here.
The airport juts out into the ocean for about half its length. We need to see how well they model that.
Skyfox 1971, request ILS runway 10 approach.
Skyfox 1971, enable at this time.
Nah, whatever. If I can maintain this control, we should be okay. I got to tell you, this is one of the best ILS approaches I've done on the Dash so far. And that's just because on the other ones I've messed up so many times that I've been able to kind of find
1,000 above.
my own little strategy to...
Man, that harbor behind there looks perfect.
1,000.
Skyfox 1971.
Give Orbx credit for that.
Runway
One
10,
of their
wind
true
100
Earth type
and 10.
but for Global X. Is that what it was? Global X?
the Global FTX. Cleared to land runway 10, Skyfox 1971. The Orbx Global. We're getting close to stall here. Just a little bit more.
Plus 100.
100 above.
Glide slope.
Minimums.
Flaps.
Winding just a nudge, you're stalling.
See, now it's wanting to go back up into the air.
Too low. Terrain.
Oh, dang, we're not going to be able to make it.
Wow, that is insane. Did you go full power, or did it do something automatically?
I was bringing up the full... Now what's it doing? don't know what it's trying to do now. It's trying to stall on me. Yeah, so I was coming in really good, but then it was trying to stall. I was trying to increase the power, and then, like I was saying, it loves to take off. As far as landing, though, that's another story. We'll try to make another low hood. Maybe it is wind that's causing the problem. It's more likely pilot error. Landing the Dash-8 is really tricky. I had it on the glide slope really good. But I then turned off autopilot to try to bring her in, and then that's when it started to lose control. And right now, so this is where it starts doing some weird stuff. Like I'm pushing the stick forward to like bring the nose down, and it doesn't want to do that. This is doing some it's like even though the autopilot was off, it was still doing its own thing. We're going to be coming back around here. Take a look at our map. Okay, so I'm way off this direction. That runway was shorter than I thought. I thought I was going to have a little bit of runway to play with, but once it started to flow back up again, I realized, ah, crap, we're not going to be able to get it down. So we'll come back right around this area and come back in and try that again. So I think the thing to do is just do what I did before, controlling the speed and letting it go down on the glide slope. Try to keep it as slow as possible. And just before we start getting to the runway, then like completely throttle off or something. I was just hoping to get it even slower than that before we got to the runway, because there's not much runway there, but I may have to do it that way. Because I think I did it too early, and it looks like we were going to go down for a swim before even getting there. About 12 miles from the airport, that's not too bad. You guys weren't ready to land anyway, right? You want to see more of the scenery.
Absolutely.
That's what I get for requesting lunch just as we're descending for landing. It's nerves. It upset my stomach. We're holding steady at, looks like 138 knots. It's slightly going down from there, but just a little. It's not too bad. All right, localizer is alive. I think we might be too high. Yeah, you're right. I am too high. Shoot, I may have to go back further. Holy crap, I was up in the 6,000s. Dang it. I had the autopilot set for 3,000. It didn't pay attention to what I was doing. Yeah, we got to come back around. I had it set for 3,000, and for some reason it... Alright, let's go back to 3,000 again. I thought something was off. Yeah, there's no way I would have been able to make it at the height that we were going. We would have been going down too quickly, and that would have resulted in the bounce like a rubber ball that would have taken us right back up in the air.
Well, I'm getting my points worth out of you. I've got to give you that.
I tell you though, I'm much better flying this now than when I did when I first started it. Now if I can just do that with the Airbus. There we go. There's the glide slope right there. Do I have a co-pilot? I do have FS to crew, yes. I haven't used FS2 Crew to its full potential. Just because I don't have all the commands memorized. But, like, I have them set, like, radios and stuff. Okay, now we're approaching 3,000. Good. This is where I was trying to get us before. And like I had it set. So like if you take a look at this, I had it set right here, 3,000. But it has to be, like the Alt Select has to be on. I don't know, it's weird the way that this works. Sometimes the Alt Select will be on, or sometimes Pitch Hold will be on, or... Okay, looks like we're losing our speed here real quick. Get some speed back there. This is where a throttle control would actually work nicely. Although I can't help but wonder if I was to throttle down with that control, if it would just shut the autopilot off, like what it's doing with my hand control here. Okay. Coming back around here. Here we are. Getting close to stall speed. Up a bit. So, like, I can set the autopilot to, let's say, maintain, you know, like, speed of 120 knots, but then it won't hold the altitude. It either does one or the other. That makes it a little challenging when you're wanting to come in for, like, an approach. So I've had to adjust my way of thinking on things. And that automatically turns the autopilot off. So I have to turn that back on. bit. It's picking up speed now. Alright, we've got the approach locked in. Just like before, I just need to maintain the speed. I just need to keep an eye on that. So give you a close-up of what we're doing. You see how just small shifts and I start going up, and then I have to take this and start bringing it back down again. So I'm trying to keep it somewhere between 110 and 120. I don't know if I'd be able to keep it on the glide slope though. The first time that we came around, it was actually going really good. I tried to take control too early. I'm still fine-tuning my skills with this. So I find things that work and things that don't work. We're just about locked in on the glide slope here. Holding steady around 121 knots. 1.21 gigawatts! We're going to go back in time to Flight Simulator 98. By the way, Lohud, welcome to the channel. I forgot my manners. Welcome to the channel. Glad that you're here. I do a lot of different types of flight simulations on the channel. Oh, we're speeding up again. It's because we're going down. I am one of the few, if not the only one that streams old flight simulations. So I've done stuff dating all the way back to Flight Simulator 1. I've also gone all the way back to X-Plane 5. So if you like to see some of these old flight simulators, I do stream them, and I have a lot of videos over on my YouTube channel. So I have to say though, X-Plane 7, it really surprised me for its age and how good it looks, and that it's got 3D clouds and they cast shadows, and I was really surprised when I did a flight on that.
Are you doing any other streams tonight? Or are you planning on it?
I hadn't planned on one, but I can. There was that one that I wanted to do with Flight Simulator 5 and the 747. The challenge that I had with that is Flight Simulator 5 is missing a lot of nav aids. And when doing when trying to plan a flight, it's hard to plan a flight when you don't know which nav aids are there and which ones are not there. I have to use like a third-party program in order to put together a flight with it. So
yeah, no, you don't need to do another one for me, as far as I'm concerned. I was just curious as to how late I would be staying up tonight.
I could continue some more Empyrean. You could see what happened. Ah, crap, we're going too fast again. Dang it.
Got plenty of time.
I'm going to put this right here so that way you all can see this. I think I've got it right there. That way you can get an idea of what it is that I'm trying to do here. So I'm trying to keep it right around here. And meanwhile, I'm letting the autopilot just keep me right on the glide slope. I'm just trying to keep our speed controlled. I think I'll have an easier time doing this as opposed to having the
1,000.
The plane try to control the speed and me trying to go up and down, trying to, get on the right glide path.
At least it gives you that little up and down arrow indicator.
See, we're going down and it's picking up speed again. See, these are the challenges that I've had trying to land this, because you need to get down and you start going down, it starts speeding up, and then by the time you hit the ground, it's too fast and it goes right back up again.
500.
I think you're looking really good this time.
I'm going to move that out of the way.
Plus 100.
A little more land on the side of the runway than there is in real life. It still looks pretty good.
Pull up. Too low. Flaps.
Okay, that might have been a little rough.
Skyfox 1970. intersection.
May still have a nose cure. I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I'm almost thinking that we hit the ridge of that landmass before touchdown, but that's why I want to check and see. Wilco Skyfox 1971. She tell me to go to the left or right? I don't know. We're going to go to the right. But we'll take a look. I want to see the instant replay of that. Might have lost a landing gear, but that was definitely better than the first attempt, that's for sure.
That's okay. The airline's bankrupt anyway. Who are they going to sue?
Skyfox 1871. Contact St. Thomas Ground. 121.9er.
121.9er Skyfox 1971. After landing checklist, please.
Okay.
So you can see how this is all lining up with the taxiway. That's because this is the default.
Yeah, and there's so much there. There was like a cruise ship. You've got that radio antenna. They must have done a little bit of, more, a little extra work like they do with the landmark buildings in the big cities.
After landing checklist complete.
Oh, they want us to park on the other side. They don't want us to park over here. Not that it really matters. There ain't nothing over there on the other side anyway. Yeah. We're not going to park over there. There's no traffic over here. What are they going to do? Sue the company? And those graphics up there are not default graphics. That's coming from the Rex Worldwide Airports enhancement. So it'll replace default airport textures with something else to try to give it a more of a like a paid add-on look. Yeah, I think that's close enough right there.